Now, before we get into the clip, I wanted to go over some of the things that he talked about before leading up to this moment. Now, the entire performance leading up to the last 15 minutes was completely mid. He kind of had a layup and just missed on it, even in the last 15 minutes of him kind of getting into Will Smith. But some of the things he talked about were people being scared, people in businesses being on bull crap. He kind of talks down on woke culture and businesses selling around it. He goes into Elon Musk's low sperm count, attention being the biggest addiction of our age, wada wada wada. Like, he talked about Meghan Markle not knowing that the royal family is racist, and she thinks they're racist because they asked how dark the baby is, when, in all honesty, he was right in this. We all would have known. I don't really see no racism behind that. But he talked about how Ukraine's better than the U.S. because they're not divided. He talked about abortions, his daughter, yada, yada, yada. Mostly, this entire beginning portion, I'm just looking at how yellow his eyes are. And it made me think, hey, Will had this man out here drinking a bottle. And he's single, so he ain't got no female to go to comfort him and stuff like that. So that's what kind of stuck out to me. But leading up to these last 15 minutes, it was just mid. Like, to be honest, you really don't need anything from this performance but this. And during the rant, he just pretty much is complaining the entire time, talking about, oh, how that wasn't fair because he's bigger than me, I'm smaller than him, and everyone thought it was some bitch stuff, and they thought it was some bitch stuff, and The View thought it was some bitch stuff, and Charlemagne. So it just comes off like a complaint. But forget all that. We could get into these last couple minutes of it and get into the clip. Let's go.
Y'all know what happened to me. Getting smacked by Suge Smith.
Suge Smith, though. Nah,
everybody knows. Everybody fucking knows. Yes, it happened. I got smacked like a year ago. Fucking last week, I got smacked at the fucking Oscars by this motherfucker. And people like, did it hurt? It still hurts.
Nah, his ego still hurt.
I got summertime ringing in my ear. Fucking drums, please. But I'm not a victim, baby. You will never see me on Oprah or Gail crying. You will never see it. Never gonna happen. I couldn't believe it, and I love Men in Black. No.
And I think he's smart for this, because he could have did a little 5-10 minute thing saying, I'm all right, we patched it up, blah, 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 blah. And on those shows, they do try to trigger you to get you to cry. He already knew what was up and probably got many offers. But he saved that bit for specifically this performance and in order to get paid. And to be honest, if he didn't wait, a lot of people would have not tuned into this. So he's smart for waiting a year to do this and only responding to something that you're going to have to pay for to see. That's very smart.
It's never gonna happen. No. Fuck that shit. I took that hit like Pacquiao, motherfucker.
Nah, facts though. He did. He ate it.
I took it like motherfucker.
He didn't eat it too well, but he ate it. Hey.
Okay? Shit, man. Did it hurt? Yeah, motherfucker, it hurt. And people, well, you guys are fighting all the time. We're not fighting. First of all, I know you can't tell on camera. Will Smith is significantly bigger than me. We're not the same size, okay? We're not. This guy, Will Smith does movies.
But that does not matter, because we know, I'm going to assume that Kevin Hart would definitely throw some hands back. He got into it with his trainer in the Netflix documentary that we all just saw. I'm thinking Kevin gets hit like that? Nah. He finna throw hands. It had to be somebody like Debo to hit him. Will Smith, Chris Hart's hitting him back. Like, let's just be real.
With his shirt off. You've never seen me do a movie with my shirt off. If I'm in a movie getting open heart surgery, I got on a sweater. Will Smith played Muhammad Ali in a movie. You think I auditioned for that part? He played Muhammad Ali. I played Pookie in New Jack City. Pookie, motherfucker. I played a piece of corn in Pootie Tang. Shit, even in animation, this motherfucker's bigger. I'm a zebra, he's a shark. What the fuck, man?
Will got him hurt.
But Will Smith practices selective outrage.
Does he?
Practices selective outrage. Because everybody
All right, Chris,
knows what the fuck happened. Everybody that really
Rock.
knows I had nothing to do with that shit. I didn't have any entanglements.
Fair. Jada, you's a nasty mother. Ooh, you know what you are. You're nasty for that.
I did. I did not have any entanglement. And for people that don't know, and everybody know, Wilson and his wife was fucking her son's friend. Okay? Now,
August was in them
I
guts.
normally would not talk about this shit.
That's wrong.
But for some reason, these niggas put that shit on the internet. I have no idea.
That was the most distasteful. Like, why would she put Will in that situation like that? And they did it clearly for content. Will's going in like, oh yeah, I don't really care about that. No, damn well he does care. She's like, oh, you don't care? Okay, well let's use it for content. I need my show to pop. Like, it was such a weird thing. Like, so many memes came from that. Will looked so bad. Like, he was just, you could just see it in his eyes. Like I said, there's so many memes about it, but yeah, that was the dumbest move they could have made.
Two talented people would do something that fucking low down. What the fuck? We all been cheated on. Everybody in here have been cheated on. None of us have ever been interviewed by the person that cheated on us on television.
That's valid.
None of us.
Weird as hell.
Like, hey, I was sucking somebody else's dick. How did that make you feel?
Nah, that's just not right. Come on now. Jada, you wrong for that.
Why the fuck would you do that shit?
Yeah, oh no.
She hurt him way more than he hurt me, okay? Okay? And by the way, he does that shit. Everybody in the world called him a bitch. I tried to call the motherfucker and give him my condolences. He ain't pick up for me. Everybody called that man a bitch. Fucking Charlemagne called him a bitch, and the Breakfast Club called him a...
It wasn't the toughest thing to do, but I don't think anybody's like, I don't think none of them people were like, oh, Will's a B for that. They probably would do the same thing, but might do it backstage, which I've seen a lot of people say they would have probably waited off, and it was a little distasteful to do it on this stage. They would have waited off to do it. I feel like the people he's talking about don't think Will's a B, to be honest. It was a weak move, but personally, I don't think that they think that he's like that. I think that they would have done the same thing, but maybe not on the stage. And maybe not to that degree, but he would have got checked for sure.
A bitch, and the View, and the Talk, and every rapper, and the Drink Champs called him a fucking bitch. Everybody called him a bitch and called his wife a predator. Everybody called him a bitch. Everybody. And who's he hit? Me. A nigga he know he could beat. That is some bitch ass shit. That's what the fuck happened, okay? The fuck out of here, man.
What I didn't like about it is there's two black men giving the stigma fuel of black men are violent, they don't know when to do this, and they don't know how to think, they're impulsive. It just kind of like, in that moment, I wasn't thinking about Will, I wasn't thinking about Chris, why Will did it, and how Chris was going to react. I'm just like, man, why would they do that on a stage like that? Giving them the fuel to say things like, black men are violent and stuff like that, just giving it more ammo. That's what disappointed me the most about it.
And the fuck? What the fuck? I do nothing to this motherfucker, okay? Whatever. Years ago, his wife said I should quit the Oscars. I shouldn't host because her man didn't get nominated for Emancipation. The biggest piece of shit ever, okay? And then so the nigga gives me a fucking concussion. No, not Emancipation. I fucked up the joke. Concussion. She fucking said he should quit because Will didn't get nominated for...
The boy Will had him stumbling. You can tell he's still mad about it. You could just tell he's still pissed. He's still sad about it. That's wild. Messed his whole last joke
Yes,
up.
I fucked up the joke. Concussion. She fucking said he should quit because Will didn't get nominated for concussion. What the fuck? What the fuck? So did I do some jokes about it? Who gives a fuck? That's how it is. She starts it, I finish it, okay? That's what the fuck happened. Nobody's...
And that's why Will slapped him up. He got a big head about that. He can't be playing about people's wife, bro, to be honest. Will ended that.
Picking on this bitch. She started this shit.
Then he violated her. Holy.
Nobody was picking on her. Nobody was picking on her. She said, a fucking grown-ass man should quit his job because her husband didn't get nominated for concussion. And then this nigga gives me a fucking concussion, okay?
Now that
what
was...
fuck, man?
Will.
I love Will Smith. My whole life I loved this nigga. I saw him open up for Run DMC at the Nassau Coliseum. These niggas made brand new funk. I love.
And this is why you know he's still
hurt. He made
hurt.
some great movies. I have rooted for Will Smith my whole life. I root for this motherfucker. Okay.
He about to cry.
And now I watch Emancipation just to see him get whooped.
Nah, bro, that's foul.
Got me rooting for Massa, okay?
Nah.
Hit him again, Massa. Hit him again.
You gotta be down bad to do that,
buddy. You
buddy.
missed the spot, Massa.
Holy.
You missed the spot. And a lot of people go, Chris, how come you didn't do nothing back? How come you didn't do nothing back that night?
Valid question.
Because I got parents. That's why. Because I was raised.
Understandable.
I got parents.
Man, he could have at least grabbed him like this. Be like, man, nigga, don't touch me, nigga. But yeah, I understand what he's saying, and it kind of harks back to the point that I even talked about, which it kind of embarrassed me to see two black men do that. They could have did it backstage. You feel me? Like, even though the damage was done to her with the joke, she's irrelevant. Doesn't matter. Will could have took it and then came back and switched it around and did it. He could have violated him in multiple situations. So distasteful, but I understand.
And you know what my parents taught me? Don't fight in front of white people.
My exact point. You shouldn't have done it. It doesn't matter it's about white people because that show is being watched by multiple groups and multiple ethnicities. Mexicans, Chinese, whites, Canadians. People are watching it. And that stigma is worldwide that black men are more violent and impulsive. So, like, they kind of gave them fuel for that. I didn't like seeing it. That's what I was thinking about in the moment. Then once that kind of went away, I'm just like, whoa, Will Smith actually smacked up, buddy. And then it was just hella funny. So, like, but yeah, man, this performance was okay. The last 14 to 15 minutes was the climax. Leading up to it was mid as shit. But, yeah, this was a little reaction to it. Buddy still seems hella bitter. Like, look, he looks like he's gonna cry. Yeah, he looked like he was gonna cry. And Will got him drinking hellas. His eyeballs is yellow as hell in this whole entire thing. They just zoom right in on it. So, like, it was mid, to be honest. This last part was kind of funny. So I'll give him his kudos on that. At least he said something back to him. But yeah, this was Kirk Rock's response. I know he has another special coming out. I doubt he talks about any of this again in a winded way. I think he'll give little punches here and there. But I think Chris has got a couple more runs in him and then it's over with. But yeah, this performance was alright, man. Go ahead and give the video some likes, subscribe, and I'm going to catch you guys on the next one.